Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxshare, on the show this evening. My two muckers, Big Stevie and Southside. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Ox. Good evening to everyone listening in. Good to be on the night. My big mucker, Stevie, is always on a Wednesday with the Rangers on the plane. So bring it on. Hopefully we'll get a few calls tonight, mate.
Here. Loads of questions on the two tough evening, Stevie.
Good evening, boys. How are we?
Good, mate. Good, mate. Good. The spring's here at last.
Yep. I would just like to say, you know what night it is? It's Dream Team Wednesday troops on the big station serving the nation.
The big station serving the nation.
It's got that down to a T, isn't he?
Oh, well, he's always looking for a new tattoo, isn't he?
Behave. I'm in a good mood. Had a nice Chinese for my tea tonight. Yes, a nice curry.
Chinese curry, right? Is it? Would that be your preference, Chinese or Indian, Stevie? Would you?
Well, it just depends. Doesn't matter to me either, or I can take it. No problem.
You got a preference, Southside?
I prefer a steak, mate.
You know, a curry man, no?
Now and again.
What's your favourite curry house, Stevie?
I like a wee beef curry. Beef curry boiled.
What's your favourite curry house? Where would you go?
Favourite curry house? Oh, Mr. Singh's. Aye.
Sorry. Of course, you'll be a Gibson Street man, Southside.
Enough, you. No, I'll go to Mr. Singh's and all.
Right, okay, we move on. Friendly game last night. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. It was exactly how I thought it would pan out. I thought it was a bit improved for Saturday. I thought young Redvan started reasonably well, if I'm being honest, Southside.
Oh, man, I'm just having flashbacks to Gibson Street. You pack it in, man. Oh, my God. Redvan, did you say?
Yes, Redvan. I thought
Redvan. He played all right. I thought he done no bad. It was good to see him get in our game consistently in the team. No, just rack up the appearances just to see if we're going to be keeping him or if somebody's going to sell him. But I thought he did a decent game at left back, mate.
Aye. If I'm being honest, Stevie, the more I'm watching him, he maybe puts more tackles in Bonner. I know he's not got Bonner's physique, but he closes down and arguably he's a better defender, if that makes sense.
For me, Bonner could tackle a first summer, you know. The thing that Bonner's got, the wee man's no got at the minute, is crossing that ball. He's got a wonder left foot, Bonner, as we know, and he pinpoints it right onto people's nuts. But the bottom line for me, we're advanced playing out his skin now. The last 4 or 5 games, he's been really a stick out, and we're talking about offloading him, which is crazy stuff, isn't it, when you think about it? You know, we're starting to see a wee bit of him, and then we're talking about, I don't know if it's what's right and what's wrong, what's true, and what's...
Paper talk,
Aye. You just got to watch that.
Watch this space, you know. Obviously, everybody's got his prize, but he's arguably one of our best players at the moment in form in the last maybe half a dozen games. So, listen, it started low tempo. We scored a goal, which was a good finish from Matondo. I was talking to the Fox today. He thinks in a competitive game we would have been allowed to run that far. Is that fair, Southside?
Maybe, but listen, they were a good outfit, that team. No, probably better than half the draws in Scotland. So, listen, he scored a good goal. It was a good finish. Better than the first effort with that lob. I mean, what was he all about? Ox. Matondo.
Arguably, that was an easier finish than the goal we scored.
The ball bounced just at the right height for it and everything. You thought, just dink it out of him, mate. You know, it looked like, I think he tried to score, but it looked like he was trying to square it across to McCausland the way it went.
It was that bad. So we get to go and they moved the ball well, and the boy up front, I can't remember his name, Lass or something like that. he had some decent movement, a couple of shots at goal. Big Butland was in his usual form. He played well and it was done everything that was asked of him. So the first half, it was okay, Stevie, without being outstanding, no?
Aye, it was all right. We all knew what we were going to get last night. You're just wanting to see a wee bit of tempo, and I think we've got that in certain bits of the game, And look, it is what it is. As Southside says, they weren't a bad team, and they started knocking it about a wee bit. You could see they've got a good wee team there too, And the big boy is, I can't mind his name, but he was flinging it about a wee bit. Cornelius or something like that. Is that right? What was his name?
I can't remember. I'll have a check out and see. But
The Larson boy and then the Delianusi coming on in a second off of them. I thought they were a good outfit, as Southside rightly said. They're better than any of the Scottish teams, I'll tell you, that we normally play.
Took 8 points in the Champions League, Southside, you know what I mean? 1-2 drew 2 of those 2.
Mm-hmm. Aye, no, I think probably the first 20 minutes we were actually all right, we sort of tried to create chances for whether it be a set piece corner or whatever, with Balogun at the header, it was just over the bar, early doors and that. So I thought 20 minutes we were sort of controlling the game, I thought, and then after that I thought they sort of came a lot more into the game, started to take a wee bit more of a grip of the midfield, just sort of played quicker passing, as if they upped the tempo slightly. But it was a good competitive first half, Fox, no?
Aye. Decent tempo. As I say, I thought Redvan done all right. I thought Lundstrom was okay. Two centre-halves done their job along with Butland at times. Nothing outstanding. Campbell, at times it was like a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-4. He was up playing alongside De Silva. He showed that he's got touches. De Silva remains to be seen, but we'll get to him. Campbell, a lot of running about, but not a lot of product, Stevie.
Listen, I've been hammering it about the boy, and a lot of people have kind of argued the point with me. For me, Cantwell needs to do better. That would be his report card. Must do better. I just don't think he's hit the heights for the other season. I don't think we're getting what we should be getting for the boy. I know it was only a bounce game last night, but you're looking for him to stick out like his old thumb in some of these games, but it's just not happening. And it's a bit of a worry for me, Ox. I don't mean to be the doom and gloom of Rangers Radio or anything like it, but I had big high expectations. I can't well this season, and I haven't nothing.
No, he's not hit the heights outside. That's fair.
No, he's not. He's full of energy, as we noticed, but there's no point running about everywhere and chasing down when you're not really going to get there. And I know it looks good in that, but we didn't really press. So the game last night, it wasn't. If it was a league game, we might have seen maybe a press for the rest of the players and that. But he's burning energy in places where he shouldn't really be burning energy. Want him to get him on the ball and get him either running, committing players, or playing a 1-2 and getting yourself into the area. He needs to be more involved in the game, I think, trying to make sure that when he's on the ball, that's when he's most effective. But I agree with you, Stevie, he's not been anywhere near effective as he was when we got him for January to the summer.
I think that's spot on, boys. I don't think anybody can argue with that. De Silva showing a couple of touches, showing he can come in and hold the ball. As I think it was yourself on Monday night, Southside said that he's not a striker, and he still doesn't look, if you're comparing him to a traditional number 9, he doesn't look like that, does he?
No, he doesn't. He's coming quite deep in that. He chased back a bit last night and sort of won a few tackles and managed to nick the ball, and other times he chased back, didn't get there, but no, he doesn't look like an actual number 9 that goes right through the middle. It looks like he was quite happy to pick the ball up in pockets of space and turn. So I don't know. Obviously, I don't know, but I don't think Clermont's daft. So he's obviously brought him in for an addition, but I don't think he's going to be our number 9, to be honest.
I did a number 9 Stevie, the way he plays, yeah.
Aye, no, I totally agree. I totally agree with the two you said. Can I just get back to Cantwell? You would never seen Big Stevie playing for his BB team with pink boots on and a pink hairband. Absolutely not. So, Mr. Cantwell, please change the colour of your boots and hairband, please. So maybe help you. Maybe bring you a bit of luck. Change them to blue. But one big De Silva, no, he's not an out-and-out striker, a big guarantee, no. Definitely no. But just too soon, and it's really too soon. We need to give the boy a chance.
Aye, okay. We're only critiquing what we've seen so far. You know, stranger things have happened. Let's see what it takes us. And listen, Saturday and last night, I imagine we'll win on Saturday. I'm pretty confident. Well, we should win. Everything will be where we're sitting this time next Wednesday at 10 o'clock. This time next Wednesday at 10 o'clock at night. If we get a result, all this planning and all this, what we've done is right. If we don't, people will then question why have we done this, why have we done that, and why have we signed him. You know, our lights outside, yeah, because it's all about aiming towards that game next Wednesday.
Aye, well, that's more important. Don't get me wrong, Dumbarton's a cup game, but we should be able to get ourselves by Dumbarton. Let's be honest. If it's playable and the park's all right with the weather, that should be a game that we should easily win. And then our focus is on to the Wednesday night at Easter Road. And that's when the 3 points must be won. Doesn't matter what way we do it, whether it's a good performance or bad performance, it doesn't matter. The 3 points need to be, we need to get 3 points on the board, mate.
Right, because we play 2 league games before they play again, mate.
Aye, is it? Aye, Billy. Fair enough. Well, that's what we need to do. Get points on the board.
Can I just say to my wingman, we'll be back in the Tequila Rose and Chopped Pork Sannies. Get through it.
Right, good.
Okay, well there, we're going.
Chopped Pork Sannies.
Can't whack it up. Can't whack it.
I know, mate. No sauce on them, no.
No, I told you what you do. You get the chopped pork, wee bit of butter on the rolls, wee bit of chopped pork, and then it's a cheese and onion dish goes in there with them. Oh, magnificent.
What colour's that packet?
You take them out the packet, don't you, before you...
No. You like the side to do.
Yeah, turn in a bit of a clever. So the second half, there was some changes. The game started. It looked as if for a while there wasn't going to be any more goals Southside, yeah? If I'm being honest, maybe. And then they got a goal, 2-0 for a corner, yeah?
Aye. I looked like Suter had a bit involved in that.
Do you think he put it in, mate? I've not seen it back. No.
It was a bit... I thought the guy just got a wee slight heat onto it, to be honest. Just flicked it. And then, obviously, Robbie's come out and tried to get it annoying, come into the melee. Poor goal to lose at the front post, to be honest. Normally I was thinking that's where Seema would be. No, don't get me wrong, it's a good delivery, but it's a good delivery into an area, and we should be probably winning that and clearing it. So, and then he obviously lose one similar again. It didn't look good, did it?
No, that looked even worse if that was possible, Stevie.
For me, can I just say something, boys? We've had 2 games there, 2 bounce games, and we've lost 3 goals for corner, well, more or less, swinging balls in, corner kicks. We couldn't keep hands out of midden, and it's a big worry for me. I know it's only a bounce game, I know certain players weren't playing, and Big Butland was in the goal and all the rest of it, but it's a worry for me. These are things you're meant to tidy up on, and you know, and that's a worry for me. I mean, we just can't deal with a high ball. And again, I'm finding myself greeting here about the teddy bears, but only because I want them to be better.
We said last night, by the time you've had Suter on, your Feco on, McCrory in goal, we've haven't played together. You've not got Butland, you've not got your organiser, Conor Goulson, mate. And when we've lost the 3 goals,
I agree.
The corners. They 2 people haven't been on the pitch.
I agree with what you're saying, Ox, but you telling me a professional team like Glasgow Rangers will lose 3 goals, exact same goals in 2 games. doesn't matter who's on that part. It shouldn't be happening, mate. And that's just how I see it, you know. And I agree with you. I understand you've got a lot of young boys and keepers and coming in and out there and all the rest of it. But we still, as Glasgow Rangers, we shouldn't be losing 3 goals like that. I mean, if you're the opposition, what are you going to do? So if you're Dumbarton, let's be honest, you're Dumbarton manager, you've been watching Rangers friendly. What are you going to tell them to do? As soon as you get a ball, put a high ball into that box, you can't deal with it. Let's be honest.
So it's different when Buckland's there. You can see the stature of the goalkeepers there.
Aye, commands it better. Just looks that much taller and that, you know. And probably does tell them what to do. It was just... It just looked bad the way it was delivered into the front post, and we've just lost the 2 goals. But like you say, normally Buckland would be there. Normally you'd probably have Connor Golson in there and probably Balogun. But it didn't look great. But it is what it is. It was a good delivery, and they'll probably look at it as maybe that's a set piece to use, Ox, and we've just failed twice to it. And obviously Big Yefeko had he seen turned the wrong way.
I don't know what he was thinking there, but he done okay. He done okay apart from that moment, eh?
Aye, probably first 5-10 minutes it took him a wee bit of time just to grasp because they were sort of flinging players. I was just sort of watching his positional sense, but he grew into the game and he made some nice passes and tackles. It's just getting a bit more experience for him, isn't it?
Aye. Sandwich between the goal was a finish for Big Desert, Stevie.
What can we say? Finished it lovely. Nice wee dink with the goalie here, but and you've got to give, was it Ryan Jack? He went in there and put the ball through him. You've got to give him a wee bit of credit too. But nice finish. You've got to say, you've got to give him credit when it's due. We ripped the big man apart, so credit when it's due. It was a tidy wee finish.
And he could have had a second south side there.
Oh, they lost the ball.
No, I'll be back in a second. Aye, he could have had a second, Stevie, yeah?
Aye, it certainly could have. I'm going to tell you something, by the way. I don't know, for me, but where I was sitting, what a pull down. And he done the hard bit, and then again, all he had to do was just repeat what he'd already done, dink well the goalie into the net, and he just hit it by. So big man was unlucky again. It was unlucky again, Ox.
Right. And great to see Brian Laudrup, huh?
Brian Laudrup must be looking at our team now and going, dear, I could probably get a strip. But anyway, aye, brilliant to see the guy after everything he's been through today. And he's never, what's the word I'm looking for? I need to choose my word carefully here. I'll be doing it HR. He's no one for wanting sympathy, Brian Laudrup, after everything he's been through. You know, he's what a great guy, a lovely, genuine guy, and what a player he was for our team. What a player.
Yeah. Southside, no change at all, has he?
No, I had just standing in I didn't get down to the concourse at half time, so I was waiting out a seat, and then when he came out, he looked still pretty fit for what I could see from where I was sitting. But it was great to see him back and listening to him talking outside of the park. But he was a great player, wasn't he? He was outstanding. Probably his last season, you could say he wasn't at his best.
Arguably his worst,
Aye. But for 3 seasons, the best player I've ever seen at Ibrox, I think. Consistency levels were always there as well for him, wasn't it? There was nothing you could... It's usually a 9 out of 10, wasn't it?
I just made the game look so easy, mate. The best runner of the ball I've ever seen, yeah.
Aye. I remember one of the early games against Dundee United, we just sort of waltzed out in that wee run with it, just waltzed by Big Petric. He was playing for them at the time, I think. Just smashed it at the edge of the box. That was the start of Brian, what we were going to see for Brian Laudrup back then, wasn't it?
Superb. Talk about people coming back, and obviously the second half, we've seen the reintroduction of Ryan Jack, Tom Lawrence, Borna Barisic. So we're getting players back, but the bad news is Doyle got injured in the trip away, Southside.
Aye, I was surprised we hadn't seen him in that. And then the manager obviously let it be known that he thinks it's going to be 2 months. I thought, here we go. But aye, just their luck. It's not that. He just get him back into the fold and thought he might have had a wee run of being fit and maybe had a chance to impress the manager. And that's him now, 2 months in the sidelines probably.
And hopefully Big Sterling's back for the weekend. Right, gentlemen, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get a few bits of Philip come on, some for you last night, and now he talks about different things. We played a quick interview last night, but we've got one that was later on, the press conference. So we're just going to hear quickly Philip come on to take on the game.
Philippe, what did you get from this evening's exercise overall?
A lot. This was the end of a very intense training week, where we put a big load on the team to make them physically better. And they showed the right things. I think everybody that saw the game saw a good tempo on the ball, 2 really good goals and several really good actions and chances. So I'm happy about the way we finished, did the finishing with the 2 goals, because we're working hard on that. That's for sure a point we can improve from the last couple of months. On the other side, also a few players come out of long-term injury. We could train them not fully like the rest of the squad, but they are getting better. They could take some minutes also today, so they're also on the right track. And we had several young players out of academy with us this week to make them better, to let them learn the story, how we want to play. I wanted to give them this experience also, because this is the highest level they ever played. And they showed good things. Okay, with the set pieces, the 2 goals we take, you see also that they don't know everything yet, but that's impossible in 1 week. That's why they need to get these experiences also to make faults and to learn out of that. Otherwise, it was the perfect evening, I think.
So he's maybe more enthused than we are, but as I said last night, Southside and Stevie can come in. He'll be looking at different for us, we're looking for perfection, we're looking for, it doesn't matter who we're playing, we're looking for a bit of form.
Aye.
Listen, he's going to do as an exercise to get A, B or C, and he seems reasonably happy.
Aye, he did. We're listening to him anyway. He wasn't too happy with the 2 goals we lost, but you can see that. But apart from that, he's probably looked at how the players have been developing Ox as well, especially the young academy players, probably for the trip, and then giving them game time, and then getting them into the squad, see how they are with the first team players. But he sees it as a worthwhile exercise. Obviously, it was good for us to see Raskin and that back, getting some game time. And
I forgot about Raskin. I forgot what Raskin was.
With him coming in and getting a bit more game time as well, being a more first team regular. So, aye, it's promising, obviously, that we're getting players back, Tom Lawrence and that as well. So, if the manager sees it as a good thing, then it must be good there.
I thought Lawrence his touch was all right. Showed touches last night, yeah. Stephen? Oh, sorry, Southside, didn't he come before we go to Stephen?
Aye, he did. He looked as if he was done a wee ball in a player. The 2 of them were going for it, and he just knocked it around him. I thought quite intelligent. I think the player thought he was going to come inside, but he showed a bit of energy, and he looked to go on the ball at all times, apart from his free kick. I think that was nearly going up beside Big Stevie, was it no, mate?
That was stubborn. What was I going to say? No, Ox, it's quite funny. You mentioned Tom Lawrence, Burnley and Ryan Jack. It's definitely good to see all these boys getting back fit. But we've got to ask a question. For how long? How long are these guys going to last? And that's the worry for me. Can we trust them? Can we trust them enough when they come back and get fit? Can we? I just don't know, man. But Tom Lawrence, we all know he's a great player, Ox. We all know the boy's got it. We've seen flashes yet. But again, can we depend on the guy?
Listen, since he's came in, let's just say he's not the best of luck. Hopefully his luck's changed and he can be an asset to the squad, Southside.
Well, he played in the Championship, Stevie, before we got him. You know, he'd been there a long time. I don't think he was really plagued by much injuries at all. I think the year behind him, he'd played a lot of games for Derby. And I thought getting him at that age, and because he had hardly picked up many injuries, I thought probably going to be a good play for us at that age, playing your games in Europe and your league games. And unfortunate for us, he's had injury after injury. So I think Clement's already touched on it. He's right on top of the medical team. He wants to make sure they've all got schedules and try to get them programmes to come back. And I think he's hoping that, we're hoping that if he gets the right programmes and that, he doesn't pick up any silly knocks, and maybe he'll get a run of games to show us about his goal, because we know he's got ability. But like you say, Stevie, same with Ryan Jack. Ryan Jack's a different thing, mate. I think Ryan Jack's finished. I think this will be his last year. But Tom Lawrence, if he can't stay fit to the end of the season, then he will be another one you'll probably have to look at.
I'm quicker than Ryan Jack with a dozen pies in my pocket. Come on. He's done, man. You're totally right. He's not going to get renewed, surely. Come on, Ryan Jack.
I don't think so, but I think if he stays fit and that's enough, he might have party toy before new to the end of the season, but that's enough. You know, and understand. And it'll be sad. You know, he's not a worst player we've had, but it's time to shake hands, mate. You know, everything, all good things come to an end, Southsider.
Aye. He's been a good servant, considering he's had quite a good few injuries. He was good. He had a good season and a half at one point under Steven Gerrard. He was really good when he was fit and available, which he was for a good period of time. I think at that time, he done well in the European campaign with Davis and Kamara beside him. So, but now it's just been injury after injury, and probably at the end of the season, best time to shake hands and thank him for his services.
Aye, I don't think anybody would disagree with that. Right, we better get his phone lines opened. You can take some orders, Big, you know?
Yes, the T-shirts are going well, so they are. Dream team, yes, just keep plugging away. Aye. Andy Cameron asked me for man, I chased him. Southside, I meant to tell you, nobody was up there. He was in for man, Andy Cameron. I said, I'll tell you.
Old Bear was modelling one the day when we were out. Got a wee bit of a couple of guys came out and seen it. Was wanting to know how they could get one, but
it makes a change for him. It makes a change for him when that Frankie says relax on it, doesn't it?
Oh, you tell people about that one. That's his favourite bands. So Old Bear had one today, looked quite smart in it.
All right, was that the red one or the white one?
He went for red today.
Right, okay, we better get his phone lines opened. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Brilliant. That a new ditty? Brilliant.
Aye.
Absolutely brilliant. Big Deborah Harry. Oh.
He's got some memory Southside, doesn't he?
Aye, old fox. like Blondie back in the day.
Oh, what a stunner. You seen her now? You seen her now? Oh my God, she's putting her clothes on with a boomerang.
Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. How'd you deal with him, Southside?
Shocking. But everybody gets old, Stevie.
Oh, I know, mate, I know. I'm feeling it myself.
Right, it was cold as last night, by the way. We used to be getting 25 MyJers points for braving that last night. I'm telling you, it was chilly Baltic.
Listen, I don't know the logic. I said it last night. I really don't know the logic of that game being on, for the supporters, because obviously the weather's always nice in January. Stevie?
Look, it is what it is. I don't know who put it on anyway. All I know is the money came directly right out my bank, and that's the bottom line. But can I just say, Southside was saying we should get 25 MyJers points each. I'm just hoping that they give you Migers points for pies, even 1 Migers point per pie, because I would be flying right into gold at the end of the season. I'll tell you that right now.
Platinum.
Platinum.
I bought a Bovril last night just to heat my hands up.
Never drank it, just put his hands up.
I did. It was like that for ages. It was freezing, honestly. It was unbelievable how cold it was. That's when you went to the bin with the Union Bears last night, man. They were bouncing about like mental.
Yep. They get that wee tune I love. When I was a lad, I loved Rangers. Oh, magic. What a tune that is. They should get some mad rapper to bring that out. That was brilliant. Brilliant tune. I believe Oxy's got a bit of, is it an EP? He's got an EP, he's singing it. Well, anyway, brilliant.
I'm sure he might dig it out as the night goes on.
Don't want to see the video, but let's keep that off.
Excuse me a wee minute. Ox,
yes.
I've seen a video live in my house at half time. Is that correct, Ox? The whole family sitting round the coffee table.
That was that song. That was what one was that? That was
I can't remember. Brilliant.
Was that the Clem Dame one?
I think so.
Aye.
Oh, fantastic. The whole house went bonkers, man. The first time I heard it, oh, yeehaw! Very serious, man. Brilliant.
That's not I'm sure you've not got a telly outside, you know.
Help yourselves. What tap was the coat hanger? What we've got for an aerial fell off the top of the wee Portugal telly, you know. Brilliant.
Oh, what was that one? That was one of Foxy's, the one I dug out, wasn't it? Oh, what was the name of that? Oh.
I can't remember.
I'm sure it was Clem Dame anyway. I'm sure he'll dig it out. Right, come and join us. Give us your thoughts. 0141 356 1972. Or come in and speak to the lads. We're starting to slowly build up to the Scottish Cup. Hopefully, we're second trophy of the year, heading towards that. And 2 out of 4, get the lot. Why not? Why not? And then we've got a big game next Wednesday. So give us your thoughts and anything. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to hear from the gaffer again. When we call us, come in, if that's all right, be you two, gentlemen. And he talks about transfers, etc. Yeah, and we'll get an idea of that, and just give something to talk about. So let's hear once again your gaffer, Prince Philip. Come on.
How would you assess the shape of your squad ahead of returning to competitive games? You're getting some players back from injury. You have Fabio Silva in. Had you hoped to have more bodies through the door for the return of these games?
Yes, everybody's aligned about that we need a few more in certain positions, and everybody in the club who is involved in that is working day and night about that. I know we're a lot in contact. It's been really busy with those things, but until a signature is set by 3 parties, player, we and the other team, until that is not done, it's not done. So I'm waiting and I'm focused on the players who are here. Beside all the talks that we have with other players and looking at other players. So that's my job to do in January. That's why for every manager, when it's the 1st of February, we are always very happy that this hectic period can stop.
Do you feel you're getting closer to getting any of these deals done? There are a lot of things going on.
I get this question already a few times, but what is closer? So as long as there's not a deal, you're not closer or farther away. So there are some things close, but it needs to be finished.
There's been a lot of speculation about Ridvan's future. Can you just spell out, has there been any contacts? And do you expect him to still be with the club by the time the January window ends?
I cannot respond on that because, and not for any player who's here. I'm busy with one thing. Everybody who's here is a player of Rangers, and I commit fully with all the staff to get the best out of them. But for every player at Rangers, if there comes an offer that is not to be refused, or it's a good thing for the club that moment, then we need to discuss it. For the moment, it's not the case. So Ridvan is here, and he's started the game also. I see it that way.
And you see him, he's really, producing some good form at the moment. He was against Kilmarnock, he was excellent tonight in the first half especially. He was good. I mean, he's a player that you'd like to keep around if you can.
We will see. We will see what's going to happen. It's also players need to show that they really want to be here next couple of months. So we need to be prepared for everything, for every position also. If something happens, that we have solutions. So that is one position that we have 2 players. One is end of contract, and another one, there's a lot of rumors around. So it's clear that we need to be ready for that position to have solutions.
Will you only sell players or allow players to leave if you have a replacement lined up?
We cannot go on in 3 competitions with 1 left fullback, that's clear, for example. And in other positions, it's the same.
Is it frustrating at all, Philippe, just how long it's taken for transfers to get over the line?
Oh, that's a nice question. Maybe when I was 20 years younger, I would respond in the way you want. No, I know this period. It's nothing new. One of the reasons that I came to this club that was because the talks with everybody inside the club who take decisions was really good. That I would be involved in everything, and that's the case. I hear every detail about every talk or everything that is going closer to signing or not. I know everything. I cannot ask for more. I know that everybody's working day and night. I see it also the hours that they call me or send me messages. So no, I'm not frustrated. I want the best for the club. I want the best for the group. And I know everybody's working really hard for that. So if it's tomorrow or if it's the 31 of January, that's difficult because we don't control those things. We can only work really hard.
Right, couple of things there. I picked up the biggest on it. The player that were being rumoured to. So who are you taking to that one? Southside?
The players, well, the only one I think we've had interest in is Ridvan in it, and he's just back in the team. I've hardly seen him. He's been here how long? He's trying to punt him out the door. If a big bid comes in and he wants to leave, then I think we'll probably do business. That's what he's more or less saying, isn't it? If the bid's acceptable for probably any player, I'm hoping maybe a bid will come in for Dessers at the right price, and we could maybe sell him since he's in a bit of form at the moment, scoring. But no, any player will be subject to that. Any player that the bid, to be honest, let's not be kidded.
So we'll see what it takes. As he makes some great points, Stevie, innit? It's not done to the other club let him go. They sign and we sign them. Yeah, it's never done to them.
Look, the cash has got to be right. Look, for me, not everybody's going to agree with my opinion, right? I just think Ridvan can get his legs this passport for. He's too small for me, right? And if we can get any sort of decent money and let him go and get somebody else in there. But everything's got to be right for us, the club, the player as well, or it's not going to happen, and you're the man that says it on this show all the time, Ox. You taught me, everybody on social media is a woman, Stevie, you know what I mean? So the bottom line is, buddy, it's all rumourville. The big man's telling you, they're looking at a few people, and when it comes, it'll come about. Well, look, until you see the scarf above the head, they'll say that a million times. I just wish they would have done it a bit quicker at the fact that time we had away there at the training camp, that was the time to get the players in, get them integrated a wee bit, let them know each other, get to know the players and stuff like that. So, look, it's an opportunity missed in my eyes. We know getting them in right away, but what can you do if clubs are looking for silly money for some of these players, But It'll be what it'll be, and we just need to have a bit of faith in the big man and the rest of the staff at Ibrox. Will be working hard their socks off, as the big man says, and it'll no belong to we see some new signings.
I don't think it's going to be a revolving door outside, but I think there could be maybe a couple tops coming in.
Well, you asked that question a couple of weeks back, probably in December sometime. You said to a few people on the panel, how many do you think will get in? I said maybe 2. That was my quote, 2. Hoped we would get 2. Didn't know what 2, but I hoped to probably add 2 to the squad. We've got 1. So it is what it is. And you're not going to make 4 and 5 signings in January, I don't think. You'll do that in the summer. I believe in
3 Southside.
Listen here, if we could get 3 Stevie batter in, if a big man's happy and he gets the right 3 in, but they need to go straight into that team and play.
Yep.
You know, and if they're going to come in late in January, I mean, you'll no fling one in at Easter Road, because you'll go with the tried, tested and trusted probably. You know, you'll not just fling somebody in that day. That's just, you've just signed maybe a few days before it. So whoever comes in, if it's going to be late in the window, then they need to be fit and ready to go and go straight into that team. We can't be waiting. He needs another 2 or 3 weeks of fitness, and we're halfway through February. You know, so whoever we sign's got to come in and go straight into that team.
Aye, that's interesting. I'm not the greatest fan of the transfer market. I know people love it. Port Bear loves it. He loves the excitement and the drama. I don't get it personally. I don't even know how good it is for football, if I'm being honest. Yeah, maybe teams could sell players if they had financial problems. They can't date them at certain times. Anyway, we digress. Stevie.
Oh, so I was just going to say, you mentioned Port Bell there. How is old Batman getting on? All right, no heard him for a wee while.
He's been on a couple of times, and I believe he's on tomorrow night.
Oh, well done. Good to hear old Port Bell, aye. Any boy goes for a spray tan and comes out EasyJet Orange and walks about. Oh, he's a braver man than me.
I think they've been kind to EasyJet Orange, haven't they?
Aye. Oompa. He'll be the now. He'll be in the sunbed shop.
Aye. Oh, these sunbeds, don't mention them to me. I'm in, I couldn't get a lid down. I gave up. I burnt my belly button. That's me finished with them.
I'm glad it was just your belly button.
Obviously, didn't have any stand tans in the one he goes to.
Just remember, it's not 9 o'clock yet. Behave yourselves now. Steady on.
Don't worry, sis. Leave it a few minutes if you'll get reported. They always does.
Come on, this is Dream Team Wednesday. Where's all these phone callers? Where's Big Al? Where's James for Tennessee? Where's my wee mate for East End, B. Robert? Where are they all?
Saving up to buy a t-shirt.
What?
Saving up to buy a t-shirt, have you?
I'd like to think so. I'll tell you another thing, Southside. See, when we signed wee Shankland, he's getting made a member. He's on the shirt. He's on it.
Aye. You going to model one on Saturday?
And it will say, it'll be his face, and it will say Shanks. That was the Dream Team. What was the wee laugh there for? Shanks?
I'm sure some people look at the t-shirt and they'll say something that sounds like that. You know, but aye, listen, it's going to be interesting. Well, obviously the Shankland one is the one that has a lot of coverage. I was talking to somebody today, with different points of view on it. Stevie, what's your take on it?
My take is plain as simple as this. If Hearts are wanting more than £3 million, I'll put it this way, if they're wanting more than £3 million, do I think it makes sense to buy them? No, I don't. Do I want them? Yes. And I would still buy him at the crazy price and bring him in. Because if he's going to win us that league and he's putting us into the Champions League, we know we're not going to get any return on him. He's 29, and say what to pay 4 million for the boy, right? Or 4.5 million, whatever. He's going to win his league. We're going straight into the Champions League. We're going to get £15 million. So in my eyes, he's paying it back, right? And you'll probably get £1 million on him if you moved him on 2 or 3 years down the line. You'll never get your money back. But let's just say he comes this year, wins his league. Do I think it makes business sense? No, I do not. As a Rangers fan, do I want him still? Yes, I want him. I want him in the team.
Mm-hmm. What's your take on that, Southside?
I think 3 million is the limit, to be honest. Listen, he can score goals against every team in the Scottish League. He's developed his game, hod the ball up a bit better, can link up better, lacks a bit of pace. So did Chris Boyd, but he still knew where the back of the net was. Scores goals, all types of goals, can score from outside the box as well, uses his left foot and his right foot. And the cherry on the cake, he's a blue nose. So for me, it would make sense to try and get him. But at the moment, I've not heard anything like the club have even tried to go and get him. Maybe they're working behind the scenes and waiting to see what's happening. But we've no.
Can you just imagine, right? Hearts want 4.5 million for him, and we don't go for him, right? And we don't win the league this year. What would we all be crying? We should have got Shankland. We should have just paid the money. That's what we'd be getting shouted, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
Some will, so it probably would, but I know what you're saying, but that's, for me, that's too much. No, players like what?
That's for me, I know. It's
you
too
know,
much.
It's just people will say, Stevie, I've heard people saying like, nah, he'll not come in and score the goals and take the penalties off him and look at his goals record and all that. Listen, he's playing with Hearts. They're not on the front foot all the time against teams. And they've changed their team a couple of times up front with him still the focal point of the team. And he's still managing to score goals. I think in our team, he would get into the right positions and I think he would score all day long given the chances. But I think 3 million would be a fair offer for him. And that's what I think. But I think he has developed his game and I think he would score goals. That's just my own opinion. But I don't know if we'll actually go for him now. If they're looking for too much money in the Disney move in January, then I think it would be a realistic target maybe in the summer. Should we still be looking at him? No.
His value for us because of the contract situation, you know. But listen, we don't know if it was been offered. We can speculate all day long, and I think we would like to sign him, Stevie, as a support because he ticks a few boxes. Yeah.
He ticks more than a few ox, right? But listen, he's one of us. He's a Hearts captain. He's not a captain of Hearts for nothing. He's a proven goal scorer against every club in Scotland. He's done it at international level. For me, he's a Hearts captain. He's worth £3 million. That's nothing more, nothing less. We shouldn't pay him another penny. But see, if we want the league, we've got to go that extra hog. And I wish the Teddy Bears would just come out and say, no, what, Bears? I need a tenner a skull off every Rangers. What we game at me buy it? There's all this Rangers first and all these people that's making money and all the, what would you call them? What's the other mob? They've got shares and all that. It's gone. What would you call them? Can we not muster the money between us and buy the boy?
I think it quite works like that with financial fair play, mate.
If I've eating pies, I'll give them all my money for the rest of the season.
Well, that's maybe a way to go. That's a way of getting the turnover up, Steve. You know, that's a different thing. But look, we'll see what it takes.
We want him, Box. Would
I like to see him at Rangers? I think for his goal scoring prowess, I've also watched him a couple of times against us. Even the game he scored, after that, he flicked a couple of balls on at the halfway line, but the game at Tynecastle, you know, he's seen some games against us has been non-existent, but he can score a goal. He can score a goal. There's no doubt in that south side there.
Aye, he's scored all types of goals as well. I mean, he scored against St Mirren a couple of weeks ago. just ball came to him at the edge of the box. He just took one touch, fired up his left foot right into the top corner. He might go do that every week, but it was a cracking goal. He scores goals with a head. He's got good movement. He knows where to be in the box. He's just a natural goal scorer, and he's been shown now he's getting better, and now he's 28. And we never took the chance. Alfie was a good player, but he wasn't a prolific goal scorer. You know, Boyd was a prolific goal scorer, and then people basically, I didn't really do much against Celtic and all that, but Walter chose not to play him in certain games. No, I just think Shankland would, and I think he could do with losing maybe half a stone or a stone half him maybe. But I think he would be a good addition to your squad. But I think it has to be for about the 3 million mark. But then again, Stevie, if you could say that we sign them, we win that league, and they want 4 million, then it's a no-brainer, innit? But I just think value around about £3 million, because I think they stay his contract. I think that's what I'd be looking at.
What happens if you did go to that extra million, you bring him in and he flops?
It's a gamble, isn't it? You're the man that says it. You're the man that says it all the time. Every player we bring in is a gamble.
Man, that's fair.
5 million for Dessers, didn't we?
You're breaking up there, Stevie. You're breaking up. Well, what about Dessers finishing and nearly finished last night, Southside?
Sorry, what did you say? I got a text in. I got a text in saying if you give up your pie money, Stevie, we can buy him and Pappy.
Again, huh? You won't be giving me any names up front of who said that.
Just for the record, it wasn't me.
No, what did you ask me anyway? Sorry, what did you ask me?
No.
Wait, hey, I'm a grass. Come on, you.
What a team this is. They won his dream team Wednesday. Big Stevie stops buying pies and gives his money to Rangers. We can buy him Mbappe. Yeah? Brilliant.
No, a compliment. If we can buy Mbappe, I think the Major's point should be on.
Oh. And talking about that, you any idea how I've got to get into this game on Saturday night?
Hi, Viz.
Correct. Well, a green Viz, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you'll do your job proudly.
Mm-hmm. I've got a loan of a defibrillator and fake ID, and I'll be...
Still everybody.
The things you've got to do to see your team. Hospitality's all. You hospitality, Southside.
Aye. Slumming it.
Pound a skull.
Oh, come on, don't tell everybody. A 2-course meal.
No, a steak pie. It's dog meat you're getting.
Soup.
Unbelievable. The cheapest running a multi pie you'll ever get, 120 quid. The thing...
If I choke on it, I'm sure I can rely on you to come up and save me.
Oh, don't worry, you'll be safe, Southside, you'll be safe.
I might have to manoeuvre on you.
Did you ever see the Baywatch and the run to get? I would just put a scene out of that when he comes across the pitch with a teeth up.
Big Davy Hasselhoff running across the beach in his Speedos, yes. With a Dream Team t-shirt on. I can see it unfolding the spray tan. Anyway, the things you've got to do, Ox, I've tried everything to get a ticket. It's getting beyond a joke. It really is. It's terrible. It really is. My jerseys didn't help me at all.
Listen, when you seen that there was 24,000 tickets bought for that game, that sort of tells you there's 24,000 tickets in for every game Southside. So
usually when you get 700 don't know how many hospitalities holding, but it's not a lot. It's just that one stand.
What is that about? What's it hold? About 1,000?
Aye, probably. Maybe touching that. Maybe not as much as that. Maybe about 800.
I don't know what's worse. Look at the ticket. Or me trying to sneak in and see him in hospitality and he's waving to me through the other side of the window, eating steak pie. That's
listen. Tell you, if you're struggling, just come to a fire exit, right?
You'll need to change his high vis for the fire officer.
No, it just comes through as a paramedic, doesn't he? St. John's ambulance.
A few pints in there, I'll be like a paraplegic.
Oh dear. We're only joking, of course. Safety is very important, Southsider.
Yes, health and safety is always important.
Yes. Aye, it's a problem in it with the demand, and it's brilliant, Stevie, that so many people want to see our team, but it's frustrating as well.
Listen, Ox, we only kid on this show, but some of the stunts we've pulled me in Southside to get and see our team's unreal, but we do it for the love of the club, and we wouldn't hear my fly, and there's no profession that we would make a laugh or a joke about to get in to see our team. It's unbelievable. The Rangers support's just unbelievable, man. Everywhere you go, it's sold out everywhere, but the heartbreak is when you do eventually, I mean, most games I've phoned in all these different cities, I've got eventually get into a ground and you look out and the away end's empty. And you're going, why do I have to get through this every time?
Pretty galling, mate, when you look at, say, Fir Park and they've got a begging bowl out and they're knocking back paying customers. It's galling, Steve.
Hating themselves to death, Ox. Hating themselves to death.
No.
Oh. We're in the Bahamas there. Did somebody mention sunbeds?
That was a hula, I think, wasn't it?
No. I know that tune.
I know, of course we know.
I can name that in one. But I, as you said, Ox, me and Stevie were at Fir Park, and if you look to the left, Stevie, remember, at the left, the main stand, we used to get that side of it. We used to get off it. And even back in the day, the geese behind the other goal, and then they're posting £2 million losses, and go at some wee boy begging to Taylor Swift, "Geese your money," unbelievable.
Aye, and there's money there to be made, mate. It doesn't make sense. The business acumen of these people just, I don't know. I don't get it. I'm sure we'll touch on the tickets in the second half of the show because obviously the media have intimated that there's some conversations going on between the two clubs in Glasgow. Stevie, quickly.
Can I just put the ticket issue to bed? If anybody's got a spare for Saturday, just get in contact with the station, please, would you? I don't want to end up wearing the nurse's outfit here. Thank you.
Funny you should say that. I've got somebody offer me a set of scrubs for you.
Maybe you might have put that the wrong way. Maybe you say there's somebody who's got a ticket. I will wear a nurse's uniform. You might get a chance of getting one.
Ox, I know that will never come to fruition because the amount of hate mail I get is unbelievable.
I think you're the one that gets more hate mail than me, mate.
Anyway. Things that you do.
Right. Listen, we're going to have a tune. Get yourself a mute, boys. We'll be right back. Come and join us after the tune.
As we go marching down the Paisley Road, the west, the doors and the windows open wide. You will hear the people cheer, the Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on the Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. As we go marching down the Paisley Road West, the doors and the windows open wide, you will hear the people cheer, the Glasgow Rangers boys are here. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. Blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, Glasgow Rangers is our name. For we are the best team in all Scotland, and Glasgow Rangers is our name. So bring on Celtic, your Hibs and Aberdeen, your Dundee United, we're the best you've ever seen. We play hand on heart, God save the Queen. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me. It's Glasgow Rangers for me.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
We don't get any calls. Maybe Harry will get kicked into touch. I've said that.
Aye, that's well, the old fox boy.
Okay, join me, Gary. Evening, Gary.
Evening, Ox. Evening, guys. Listen, I've got a question here, just what you were talking about earlier. A question for the three wise men of Rangers Radio. See with this financial fair play thing, does this just affect the playing squad, or is it your overall expenditure?
Overall.
Overall. Right, that kind of kiboshes my next point then. I was going to say, we're talking about, funding and stuff like that. If, that's something the fans could chip into and leave the actual board to deal with the playing stuff. But aye, if it's overall, that's kind of kibosh that. But aye, it's the ongoing thing, the kind of funding and the money and stuff. And
we could get that revenue into the club, Gary, yeah, through the laugh. But, obviously there's things you can do, obviously buy merchandise, Rangers Lotto, but anything. Whatever you can do, multiplied up with tens of thousands of people brings in more revenue, so you're allowed to a percentage of turnover on players and expenses, Clubby, this is no my idea, this is old school blues saying, well, Club 1872 could sponsor the stadium for naming rights and then just leave it as Ibrox. Yeah. So.
Aye, and that's something I'm actually, I suppose a member of. I donated to them for a couple of years. Well, first of all, Rangers first, as Stevie was saying, and then Club 1872, and then I bought they done a lifetime membership thing for like £500. So I got that. So I've still got kind of a vote in it. But the thing with Club 1872, the big problem with them is it's constant radio silence. And then all of a sudden you'll get some random email from them. And I think that's what, certainly for me, that's what kind of put me off, because I get people were doing that in their spare time. But when you start taking people's money,
you
need to front up, and these guys, especially for the current board, these guys would go through like major crises and you wouldn't hear a peep at them. And I think that's when a lot of people were starting to go, what is this mob all about? And it's a shame. It's probably been an opportunity kind of lost. I mean, I don't think we could ever have total fan ownership, but that idea of having, that 20% or whatever it was, did kind of appeal. But I think that's maybe, with all the carry on with the different fan groups over the past couple of years, that's maybe put that to bed for a wee while, unfortunately.
I don't want to go into the full debate, but I've said this before on the show. I've never thought their model works, if that makes sense. The shares are never your own. I think there was a way of doing it. The model could have been more more individual that if they walked away or changed their mind or get into financial difficulties, you know, they put, let's say, £2,000 worth of shares, using that just as a random number, and they can't access any of the money. I just don't that causes problems for a lot of people. But the principle, I think that's up for debate. People will think yes or no. The model, I think, has never worked. Club 1872, and that's without going into their communication. Just my thoughts. Southside.
No, Gary's right in what he says. A lot of what he said there. There's been a lot of silence. There's been a bit of infighting, and then obviously the stuff with Dave King and buying his shares and stuff. I get the fact that you want to get the percentage up, but it's good now. I think that the clubs acknowledged it and they're trying to find a way forward. I've had meetings, so hopefully something will transpire. I've never been a member yet, although I'm a shareholder. But no, I see it. It's like Gary, our whole support. I mean the whole support. We're like bipolar half the time. You know, we fight all the time with each other. You can hear it on here some nights. No, we're always the same. No, and I just think I've always just sort of seen snippets when it's made the news or whatever, or it's come out, and I just think there's always something. Somebody's always moaning about something. There's always a bit of fighting, or somebody's getting a blazer and they're getting a bit in the board, then they're off the board, and then suddenly somebody else is saying this and that, and then the club fell out with them. So it's not something I've really followed, to be honest, Gary. But I do pick up wee bits when I see it in the news, you know. But hopefully going forward, for the meetings I've had with Musgrove and Bennett and stuff, then things might start to happen and it might be more effective, mate.
I think so. I think there's, as we've spoken about before, I think there's a lot of fans are just, and maybe the haste to put it together was just, and I felt it myself, we were just desperate to help the club out. And so I think for myself, you would kind of almost have jumped to anything to kind of help the club, especially for guys like myself that don't go to the games. We're trying to look for other ways to kind of put our money in. So yeah, maybe a lot of it was done maybe with the best of intentions, but yeah, Zox was kind of intimating there, not maybe properly thought out. But yeah, hopefully there is kind of a way forward and a good resolution can be reached. Absolutely.
Well, I think it'd be great if there is a vehicle for people to put money into the first team, Stevie. It's called MyJails, isn't it? 100% of the money goes to the first team.
Listen, I've said it and I'll say it again. How many bells is all the world? If even half of them were to get into MyJails, we would have a lot better play on the park. End of story. But guys like Gary, come on. He said something there and I thought, no, guy's spot on. We would have all sold our grannies to get Rangers the money to help them out at that particular time. And as you rightly say, Docs, the model was the right. For me, if I buy shares, I want to pass them down to young Jamba, my boy, and you couldn't do that. So if I killed all the money went straight to them, you couldn't pass them down. I don't think the model was right either. But Gary rightfully says there, we would have all done anything to help the Glasgow Rangers at this time of need. And everybody jumped in there with their 500 quid. And fair play to Gary. Gary, I've got a wee thing going now. Their Dream Team T-shirts at $14.99. I know it's not a big lot, but I can take maybe a couple of payments off you at £2, you know.
And Gary, you can pass the T-shirt down.
Excuse me, 20 washes, no problem, and elastic the neck.
That sounds the business. I mean,
don't wear it out in the rain, Gary. Don't put it in the tumble dryer.
Aye, I'll keep that in mind. No, but with the shares thing, I bought shares as well myself with the last one through, is it Tifosi? So I bought them, and that is definitely a better way to do it. But yeah, it's just this. I know the MyJails is there, and I get that as well. But it's just this, it's just this kind of funding system that I think to tap into all these supporters. As I said, you know, it's 250,000 went to Manchester, a tenner each a month for them. It's there. It's just finding that way to inspire people to kind of access it and and kind of get it into the club. You know, if that could be cracked, then my goodness, what would be absolutely incredible kind of revenue coming in. So aye. But no, I think Bennett and Bisgrove, they're smart cookies, so hopefully they'll kind of crack the case.
Aye. It's difficult to please everybody, Southside. I think your point. I mean, I think it was Ian back in the distant past, and our platform used to say if there was a desert island, if there was 2 Rangers supporters after a fortnight, there'd be 3 Rangers supporters clubs. You know.
Aye, I know. It's just the way we are, innit? It's just the way we are. But no, listen, if Rangers wanted to, you could lower my shares down, make it a cheaper price, and just take, and for everybody else out there, like Gary, who doesn't make the games very often, or whatever, Gary, you get whenever you can, you're not really interested in tickets then, right? So the ticket issue to you doesn't matter.
And he may, Southside.
Sorry?
It's a donation to me, mate. That's what
Aye. And everybody, like we said, Big Al was on and he said he was going to join my Gers and that, which he probably did because he said he was going in that. And it's the same to him. He's not worried about tickets. If Rangers wanted to just lower my Gers down for the rest of these that were being put into it for the tickets and that want to go all the time and can try and go, then everybody else just chips in for all around the world, mate. And if it was like £10 or £20, say for talking to it, or tenner, the worldwide support, then that's you getting a membership scheme, and then that would up the money right into the club, because they say the money they use for my Gers goes to the first team. So if they lowered my Gers down for everybody and tried to scale it right out there throughout the world, because like you say, it's frightening the amount of people just for talking sake it went to Manchester or went to Seville and stuff like that, and just the worldwide support. If it was just a lower fee, because nobody like them are worrying about tickets, it's just the people here, and that's why people probably chuck my Gers, because they're really thinking about the ticket issue. But the bigger input is money into the club as a donation, because as I've said on here, we all say this is a club we love, so why not just donate into my Gers then? It's usually £40 or £50, but if Rangers would really lower it down, it might get more traction. Because if the majority of people wasn't about tickets options,
what about My Gers Plus, whatever we have this news of My Gers Plus, and then you have your My Gers donation, have a 2-tier system, mate. And then one of them they go forward for the tickets. Would that be, is that what you're saying?
Well, you could do it like that if you wanted to. I just don't just lower it down altogether and just try and make My Gers bigger. Does it matter if it costs you £40 a year?
No.
Or does it? You know, and what if we go 30-odd thousand in my Gers?
80 pence a week, Southside. 80 pence a week.
Aye. But the majority of people, I know people have already talking about chucking my Gers because they're peed off about the tickets.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
You're not going to get, there's 23,500 people trying to get 700 tickets or 200 tickets for Dumbarton. You're not going to satisfy them, Stevie.
No, that's right. There's pros and cons with everything. But listen, I've heard my Gers has went from 53,000 down to about, 38 or something thousand. A lot of people have dropped to it. Probably so, because a lot of them joined it, think maybe it'll help them get tickets. I mean, I've had 2 my Gers away tickets. One this year for Motherwell away, and last year I get Motherwell away again. I don't know how they work it, but that's the only 2 tickets I've had off my Gers. But just for the sake of the love of the club and being part of it, I take my Gers and I'll still do it. I'll still do it next year. But I think you're right, Ox. Not everybody can afford maybe the £40 that we pay, the 40, and I can't remember if it's 40 for me, 20 for... I can't remember what I pay for Jamba, but anyway, it doesn't matter, it's a donation anyway. But if they'd done it in a kind of 2-tier thing, as you're saying, Ox, look, we know you're getting into this, you're not interested in tickets, so there's your kind of package, and there's the people that are wanting tickets kind of package, even if they come up with a 2-tier thing. But listen, there's ways of making money, and I've said in this show for years and years and years, I want a big hotel. See that big Fitma part across the road for that main door of yours? Flatten that and build a big Rangers hotel, all the rooms, decked out, big helipad with a badge on it, the whole kit and caboodle. And I'll tell you, your revenue will get through it because it'll be mob morning, noon and night. I've said it before again.
By the time Glasgow Catholic Council give the planning permission, will they get into next century?
Yeah, you may stand for a bed and breakfast, Stevie.
Gary, you can't come onto this show now and start telling the truth.
You only need to look at the sides of the flats they put up on the Paisley Road West. So, because you used to be able to see Ibrox clearly, you know, but they decided to put 3 high or 4 high rise flats right at the top of it to try and take the look off it, no? You want to put a hotel across the road?
Yeah, right now, you picture a hotel there. You get your casino in it, the whole kit and caboodle, all your rooms, all your heroes all decked in it, all the hallways, Rangers carpets, Rangers bed, everything. Absolutely fantastic. You wouldn't go anywhere else. Australians, Americans coming to the game, and it's on your package, stay in the hotel, you've got your ticket in the package, the whole kit and caboodle, mate. I'm telling you right now, it made our club an absolute fortune. If we just had somebody look at it, for us to just say, there's a right few million quid, get this hotel built, maybe 200, 300 rooms, it'd be mobbed. Because I know the hotels in the surrounding area are mobbing games on the Saturday. The Village, or in about Ibrox, the Village Hotel, and the Swallow, and all the rest of them, they were all mobbed out. If you had them a Rangers hotel, they wouldn't go there.
The trouble is, boys, whether you're right, you maybe if the game's at Saturday 3 o'clock, you might be busy the Friday night and the Saturday night. But would that be sustainable, Southside? Because you didn't maybe use the rest of the other 5 nights in all,
Aye, it's only got to be blue notice that's got to go to it, isn't it? And use it during the week.
Tours as well, aren't you? Tours. You do tours at a museum.
Did you say tours? Carry on.
I'm just saying, I mean, like, so you've got your packages during the week, aren't you? Do your museum and your tour of Ibrox and your overnight stay. Wee packages. Day, morning, noon and night. Weddings. You name it. Anniversaries, event on it. And mobbed. Absolutely mobbed.
Steve, I was reading online last week that Cavalry's opened and people were saying it was too pricey. There was about maybe a £5 deal on average. So they were bulking about a £5. Therein lies the problem, mate, for some people. But then, look, you don't know till you try it. But I wouldn't be against the idea. But a decent sized hotel would cost hundreds of millions, mate, to build, wouldn't it? If you were doing it properly.
Mate, I've just got a dream, man. I can just see it across that road instead of that big ass, this tough pitch and that stupid. Honestly.
What would you call it, Stevie? What would you call this hotel?
There's an idea, huh? There's a problem. Why don't we ask the listeners on YouTube and Facebook? What would you call your hotel?
What would you call it, Southside?
I'm still thinking. I was racking my brain when you said that, but I don't know. I'm thinking.
Tell us something down the lines. You've already got a big blue, ain't you? Big blue hotel or something. Solid up blue. I don't know. They come up with something like the Sky Lounge, innit? They would come up with something modern.
Just asking what you call the hotel. We'll see. We'll see what it takes. You never know. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. Obviously, they're working on the sports bar. That'll be the next thing I'm hoping to enhance the match day. I think that's going to be, you have to be booking into that. I don't think that's going to be a walk up for a pipe job, Southside, is it?
Nah. It's that they're opening up the shop, isn't it? The shop as well, just outside for the start of the
whole shop's going to become a sports bar, yeah.
Aye, I think it's more revenue for the club. probably takes the overflow away for the Edmondson House as well idea into it, to probably help that, but boost the finances. That's the main reason for trying to get it open to it. I was hoping it built before the end of the season, but I don't know if that's going to come to fruition or not.
I've just had that text through saying they should call the hotel the Dream Team Tower. Really got on in it.
Oh dear. Thoughts, Gary?
I was thinking, a hotel across the Ibrox, I was thinking, is that something, at the risk of sounding controversial, is that somewhere Fox could use for a wee rendezvous? So I was going to name it.
He's got a name for it. Fox has said his name and he's calling it the centre spot.
Is that the name?
I've just in the text. I've just in the text. The Pybrox Hotel.
That's the one. That's the one.
The Pybrox Hotel. That's terrible. Having a pot shot at me.
Oh dear. Man, use your names for Stevie's Hotel.
Guys, think about it. That's like saying there's already a Rangers bar just round for Ibrox, so we shouldn't open any more. Come on, man. Big Rangers Hotel, we're getting hammered morning, noon and night. The money that would generate the club, I know it's a lot of money to put out, but you get it back.
It's a hard industry. Gary?
Well, if you get the right people to furnish it, we've got hundreds of blue noses out there with businesses, carpets, laminate flare, and joiners, electricians. So, you know, you use it wisely.
I think
and if you take a back turn in it, we can get Mr. A.B. to deal with
you. You what?
Oh, man. Anybody takes a bad turn, Mr. A.B. you'll be there, Brilliant.
I think what hotels now, it's probably like, if you combined it with, like, you know, a bar, a restaurant, function rooms, conference space, stuff like that, made it kind of as multi-purpose as possible. That could be a bit more of a go, because that's what most big hotels now anyway. It's not just rooms, they're used for all different kinds of things, so it would probably be something along those lines if it did happen.
Go around the world and look at the best, mate, and if you're going to do it right. Yeah, if you're going to do it right. Don't do it half-heartedly.
Am I not right in saying, Ox, they spoke about this years and years ago, a link for the airport right to a casino, and they were talking about this years ago. Am I not right?
That was Mr. Money, the Super Casino, and never happened, did it?
Was that not the one because they wanted Howie built?
I don't know, mate. I think it was trying to get some more land. It's sometimes a bit land. You know, that was back then. I would say that was that 90s, 2000s, Southside?
No, probably 2000s, I think, wasn't it? It was going to have a helipad in that, wasn't it?
Well, no, that story may be an urban myth that John Gregg ran out and told the builders to stop because it was like they were about to get started or whatever it was. I'm sure I've heard that. Probably like an urban myth, but yeah, I'm sure it was during the Advocate era that was talked about. But when he came in and saw what Rangers were training on, he's like, no, we need proper training facilities. So that money went into what was then Murray Park.
Well, I don't think we ever put any spades in the ground for that. But Stevie, there's nothing wrong with having ambition, mate. And listen, we're having a laugh and a joke. We've still not any decent names right enough, but there's nothing wrong with trying to create better facilities and better experience for your fans. And there is thousands and thousands and thousands that travel distances, you know, that would maybe appreciate that, yeah?
110%, Ox. Listen, it's just my wee dream. I just think about a big a big white hotel all lit up blue with a big RFC helipad with a rampant lion on it. You're going through the corridors with all your heroes and your beddings, all Rangers and Union Jack. You're buying a package, you're buying you and the wife and Wayne a overnight stay, 3 tickets for the game on a Saturday with a nice meal. You come back out the game. Just crazy stuff, no?
It's just killed outside. You need to go with the wife.
I was just getting a virtual there as he was taking me through this hotel. I get it.
I would love to be the tour guide on it.
Well, you'll need to be, mate. You need to be.
I tell you right now, I'd love it. I'd float under the arm, meet me at the door. I'll give you a wee tune. We'll go into this corridor. That's how you do it, man. Listen, it's just a wee dream, innit? It's just some more revenue for the club in the long run. The bottom line is our hands are kind of tied into maybe much we can spend and stuff, and you're thinking of ways to better it. And I thought a hotel would be absolutely. Just remember we spoke about Dave King Way. That was your wee dream, Mox, wasn't it?
King's Highway.
King's Highway, that's what it was, aye. For the underground, you turn round right up there, King's Highway, and a big statue of Dave King because he saved the Bears. Everybody's got their own wee thing they would like to do, haven't they?
You know, but aye. I mean, there's a lot being done, and it will take years to get there. But listen, Stevie, I've been known we call this Dream Team Wednesday, but he's dreaming, and there's nothing wrong with that, Gary, is there?
No, absolutely. It's as the saying goes, 4 lads had a dream. So if they didn't have that dream all the way back then, we wouldn't be on here talking about our wonderful club. So it all starts with a dream, it all starts with an ambition, but that is a prime bit of real estate across Ibrox, and I'm sure at some point the club must themselves have ideas about developing that. I'm sure that must have been discussed, even like with the current board. So, why not? I mean, develop Ibrox and make it into more of a kind of, not just a stadium, but a kind of complex, because let's be honest, I mean, you wouldn't want to get into that city centre now, it's an absolute dump. So folk can get down there and, as Stevie's kind of saying, stay around the Ibrox area for a day or a weekend, all the better.
Aye. Spend your money, make it go to the club. I get it. I get the dream. Talking about the dream, and we talked about tickets. What did you make of the media commenting on there's talk between the club south side for 750 tickets? You're no surprised, are you?
Surprised being the next game up that we're actually offering them the tickets. Thought it might not have changed to the end.
But did we
to the start of next season?
Did we not offer them tickets for the last game?
Aye. Well, I suppose if you're looking at it like that, aye. But I just thought the way it had went, I didn't expect it to change, to be honest. So for offering them that amount of tickets, then it'll be interesting to see if they take them. And if they take them, then I'm sure they'll have to give us the 750 for going up there.
Don't ask me yet about it. I've got nothing nice to say about them. So I'll end up at HR. I like to just get tickets to go and support my team, but as far as talking about them coming to our place and all that, just don't ask me, Ox, because I'll end up doing it HR.
Again. Gary?
I mean, I get the thing about the atmosphere and stuff, but personally speaking, I wouldn't have them in our stadium, and I wouldn't want us really to go to. I know a lot of Bears like to go there, but I'd rather they didn't sell our stadium, to be honest. But it was probably going to go back to the way it was in kind of some regards. So it is what it is. I mean, I think it's kind of like a side issue. There's much bigger things to kind of focus on. So. Aye, if they're going to get let back in, they'll kind of get let back in. But for me, the first bit of kind of bad behaviour again, it's straight back out again for me. So being their kind of final warning, any nonsense out didn't stay out. That's my thoughts on it.
You want to come back, Southside?
Aye, Gary, can I ask you something? Were you at Ibrox when they had 8,000, when they had the Broom one? Did you go to games when they were having the full stone?
I went to a couple of them, and it was just like, as I say, I just don't like.
No, I'm only asking. It's just because majority, see, with people that travel all the time, and the ones that maybe don't want to go to Parkhead, but especially people that travel, and especially the younger, the UB and all that, and everybody else that want to travel, we'll not have an issue with it. You know, if Rangers let them back in and give them it's no good at 800. It's no good. It's a horrible atmosphere when you go up there and you've only got 800 getting into the stadium. I mean, it is, and even more so when you're coming out, because they're quite happy to shut the road off for you and that before you get there and pop me in there at 11 o'clock, quarter past deadline, and you're stuck in there to 12:30. But when they seem to come to Ibrox, I think they get to come later because they put the barriers up and that. So that would have to change, you know. If they're allowing them back in, then if we need to be in there for 11 o'clock, quarter past 11, then they need to be in Ibrox for 11 o'clock, quarter past 11. That's the way I see it. Then they shut it, and then the supporters can get to walk around the stadium. Because it's a poor show for the police to turn around and say, we need to reopen the road. I don't think they get away with it 2,500, I don't know. But with 800, it is a horrible atmosphere to be in there, because when you come up that exit and that, you only go a few seats and then they're right on top of you. Plus, they let that mob in the last time. That Celtic boys to come in and take an area and a section in there next to us, which led to them flinging bottles and that at the end of the game into our section. But apart from that, I think, it looks like if they take the tickets, then it looks like they'll give us tickets. But I think they should try and increase it to a bit more than 800, because it's not enough. If you're going to have 800, you're probably as well just stopping it and not having any. Because it's no worth it. It's just not the same with 800. 2,500 might be more acceptable, and I think probably 2,500 bears would prefer to go up there and see his win. So that's my take on it. I think people are easily shout, don't let them back in and don't do this and that when they don't travel. But if you travel, then if you ask the supporters that travel, then they'll probably agree that if we're letting them in, it gives us a chance to go there.
Well, fair play, mate. Listen, I'll dock my cap to your opinion, mate, because you and the guys go to the game. So that sounds absolutely fair to me.
Some of them get in, Gary, and some of them don't.
No, I know you travel, big man, but if you don't want to go there, I can accept that. If you don't want to go to that game,
Of course I want to go. Of course I want to go.
I know you do.
You're sounding a bit lost without me. Oh, they've packed bottles. That is
shut up.
Listen, can I say I think might change this, and I'll be honest with you here. There's arguments, pros and cons, and I've got my own views on it, but I'm not going to them. I think it'll be the television deal, the next one, that might dictate that. Because I think they might say that the game is not the same spectacle. And Scottish football bizarrely might come up with some rules about tickets, away tickets, yeah?
Can I say one thing on it? Right.
Yeah.
Right, at Broomland they get 7,500, correct?
Roughly, aye.
Right, and our stadium has what, 52? Right, their stadium has 60,000, so what do we get after them? We get packed. It's not even so much the tickets and all the rest of it, it's where they put us. You're in a corner. Even when you used to get the big allocation, most days unrestricted views. I mean, I remember getting into a row, say it was row H, into row H, and then you were seat 21. The seats went 19, 42, 64, 60, and I'm like, look at this. And then some of the seats never even had backs on them for you to sit down. So if you were an old guy at half time, you needed a wee seat. There were no seats to sit on, no seats. It's an absolute dump. And where you're situated, They've got class. They're right behind the goal. They're right on top of the goal and everybody's got a cranky seat. We're papped in a corner with poles in front of us, no backs on seats and all the rest of it.
Aye. That's an hard debate, but what I'm saying is I think it'll be the television deal, and I think you'll see some of that coming out in the media. Guys like Simon Jordan saying, sort it out, Talk Sports, part of Sky Television. Maybe I'm wrong, Southside, maybe I'm wrong.
See, the thing is, see, when they restructured their dump, right, it's still the same as it was. We were still getting into that wee bit of section and we still had a bit behind the goal. It was just unfortunate if you ended up in that section and you just moved about anyway, just to move away from that pole so you could see the game. I don't get this argument that we get papped here. We've been papped here since they went in and went behind the goal. And when we were beating them, it was never a problem. Nobody ever said anything about it. You know, I just don't get that. I know they get a better view. Well, that's how when we built Ibrox and they go behind your goal when they used to get off the main stand, they used to get off the enclosure.
Yep.
No. So I can go back to then and see that it's no about behaviour and whatnot. I see you can go up to their dump, go in there at half time or before half time, their ceilings are down and everything else. There's damage gets done in both grounds. It's always been the same for the years. I remember we set their pie stall on fire one night with 18,000 in the ground. You could get back to then. All this damage and all this thing. What? No, listen, damage get done in both grounds, and that's just the way it was. That's just the way it's been for all the times I've ever went to their stadium.
You're right, mate. It's not about where we would start, it's just how you're treated. We're buying tickets at £2, the same as them. But they're walking into let's say a 5-star hotel. We're walking into a Euro set, a dump.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care. I'll stand anywhere cheer my team on. And you're right.
We're stood in dumps all over Scotland, Stevie, watching our team.
Yeah, you're totally right. How Dundee United get a fire certificate beyond me.
No, so I don't get this. They get prime views. Forget that. We started it. We banned them first. That's what happened. I went to AGMs and heard it get brought up and get brought up and get brought up year after year after year. We could still have sold our ground out. We were selling our ground out and still giving them the ground. I don't want to give them it all now because it'll not happen. But probably at the most it'll go to about 2,500 eventually.
European.
Aye.
We'll see. Watch this space. But I do think the media will get involved whenever the next TV deal's up, if that makes sense, Gary.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, they pretty much dictate everything else, the TV deal, so I'm sure they'll have a say on that. And yeah, you're right. I mean, I think it's kind of, I think the TV deal more caters to actually the neutral viewer who watch the Old Firm game for the spectacle of it rather than the fans themselves, because probably the outsiders that watch it, I don't know what the split of the viewing figures would be, but it's the one game in Scotland that people around the world will watch just because of the kind of circus factor to it. So, yeah, I think from that point of view, they probably would say, yeah, to get the full spectacle, we need both sets of fans in the ground.
I want behind their goal. I want directly behind their goal. That's what I want. I know it doesn't make a difference where you go, but just for the sake of it, I want right behind their goal. They get the full Brimland Road. We want the full behind their goal. And then we'll talk turkey. End of story. And I would go up there. I love getting up there as the underdog. I would love getting up there 800 deep. Because numbers don't bother me. I love to go there. I thrive on that. We're the Rangers. You know the war cry. We'll go up there and support our team. But they're no dictating to us. That's a problem I've got.
And the strange thing was what it taught you, Southside, when we were away. That's a whole different debate. There was nobody gone there, was there? They need us. We don't need them.
Aye, I get that. And I get there'd be a bigger clamour for the support. They want more season tickets and all that and come in and that. It's just, listen, it's been what it's been. Do I like hearing them singing at Hampden when they beat us and that and you're having to walk out the stadium and it's half and half? No, I don't. but it fires you up to think, see, next time you get them, you need to do them. That's the way I used to look at it. No, and it's horrible to listen to, but I've listened to it since I've grown up. And now people are saying, oh, well, no, they don't want them in now because this and that. Listen, it was the way it was, and I think eventually both of them should just get their heads together and make it 2,500 eventually, and that's it, done. And that way, we'll get round behind their goal, Stevie, the same as that. But you can't allocate us in behind that goal and then allocate them a section in that corner. The way it's structured, they couldn't do it. Well, they could technically, they'd have to put us in early, and they maybe could, but if I think about it, they maybe could. But they're unlikely. It would just be, we'll keep that section there and we come round behind our goal, as we normally did, with 2,500. That's the way it'll have to be, you know, if we can get it up to that. But that's as far as it'll probably ever go back to.
Good debate. Good debate. You know, yeah. I think the passion will be whether you go, whether you would like to go. You know, it's to the away games, and there's good players who have never went there. Southside chose always would never go. We know them, don't we?
Aye, I respect it, and I've never went there, but they'll go everywhere else, and that's fair enough. But you've got to remember, there's a lot of young Rangers supporters that are, well, we just need to look at the 24,000 that might apply to go to Fir Park, for talking's sake. So you can imagine when the demand comes up, when we get an allocation, that you'll see the demand for the people that want to go, because it's the people that want to travel. So football's about fans, it's about both sets of supporters. So why do you want to take it away? You just need to sort it out, and that's the end of it. And then it'll just, people that want to travel can go, and when we win, there's no better feeling than winning up there. And Big Catty's battered that one in, that came running across to that Rangers end, we're all going mental in there. Brilliant. That's what you want to see. No?
Can I tell you, it's a true story. Every time I've been in Parkhead, I've never even spent any money in there buying a pie. There you go. I've never bought a pie in the Chamber of Secrets. Never ever.
That's staunch. That is staunch.
That's an exclusive, by the way. I'm telling you that right now. I know you're not going to believe me.
I believe you again.
I don't give him a penny. I'd rather starve, man. There you go.
Listen, it's all about opinions, and I think there will be real mixed opinions Southside. You know, people have strong opinions on it.
Aye, they will, but depends on your age demographic and all, I would think, because most people that have grew up going and watching it and going back to Parkhead when we used to get 18,000 and all that, and still go to Ibrox and now, probably miss that type of atmosphere. And it's hard. I mean, you sing like mad up there, and probably, I don't know, you probably heard this a few times on the telly singing and all that, but it's just horrible, because you walk into that wee section and there's that limited space. It's not like what you're used to getting into, and it's no good. Plus you're getting hurled up there early and having to be in there, like I say, for 11 o'clock or something, just after 11. So no, but if people are entitled to their opinion, if they don't want them in Ibrox, that's fine. And if they travel away from home and they still wouldn't travel there, I get it. If they don't want them in Ibrox, everybody's entitled to their opinion. There's no problem with that. My opinion is, if they give 2,500, that'll be better than 800. And more people will probably, and you'll see the demand for the people that want to travel to go there and watch Rangers.
Right. Gary, what did you make of last night's adventure? Worthwhile exercise, or will next week let us know if it's worthwhile or not?
I think, I was listening to the show last night, and I agree with what you and Albert were saying. That's going to be the kind of litmus test. I mean, I think I heard Davy's point saying this may be a game too extra. Was it really required? But a good kind of run out, and a kind of decent enough performance against a pretty decent team. So I think the the cup game and the next league game. So it's Dumbarton and then is it Hibs?
Hibs next Wednesday, aye.
And that's one of the games in hand, wasn't it? Aye, so that'll be the litmus test. It's this thing of like, you know, the past few seasons, you know, when notoriously were slow off the blocks again in January. So it could be these two games have gave us that wee kind of kickstart. So here's hoping anyway. And Clement's had a fantastic start to his Rangers career, and yeah, let's really hope that continues. But yeah, I think we need it'd be good to see another one or two bits of quality coming in, hopefully, because the squad, the way it is now, I've got to be honest, I think it might just fall a wee bit short.
Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do quickly before the end of the show and get the boys through. We're going to hear from the manager again, just the last part of what he said last night, and he talks about how he's dealt with the players. So quickly, and then we'll come back to you again. Let's hear for the last time from Philip Clement.
For the players that are here, do you feel that they are refreshed and ready to go ahead of another big part of the season coming up?
What's your feeling after this evening? Yeah, I think everybody's have seen 22 players on the pitch today, giving their maximum, giving everything for the club. Some in positions that are not theirs also, like Cole played left winger. It's not his best position, but it's a good experience to play at this level. There were no other wingers available for this game. Leon King playing right fullback, for example, and doing his best in that position and playing a good game. So no, I think that's our main force for the moment. That everybody's working very hard. That everybody is there for the team, not for themselves. I will keep that under control. If somebody thinks for himself, he will not be part of the team to start. That's also clear for them, and they all feel good in that way. I think maybe the most important thing of this week, next to building a better physical load, but we cannot change a lot in 1 week. That's impossible. We need several months to make that better, that situation, where I want to get the team. But for me, the most important thing of this week was that we had with almost all the players individual talks. And I told them also afterwards, I do it everywhere, every time in this period, and also in the summer. It's been the most open and honest and truthful talks I had with the squad about their own working points, about what they think they can do better, about what they did well already, about the club, about what we can make better as a staff, all the things around them. So it was super interesting, and it's been a very intense week for myself also and my staff. We had these talks every evening from 8 until 11, and then afterwards making the training for the next day. So we missed some sleep, but I'm really satisfied what I saw, because this group with a lot of young lads is in the right direction, and it's important to keep our ship in that way, going in the right direction.
Philippe, could you give us an update on Ben Davis? He hasn't been around the first team squad lately.
Yeah, he's still injured, so he's working individual with the physios, but he's not there yet to train with the group.
Do you think he'll be back within the next?
I expected him back this week, but it's not the case, so I don't want to make. I want to let the medical staff work with players. Some recover really fast, others it goes a little bit slower, but everything stays around the schedule. So that's the thing. Other updates, Kieron Dahl was not here today because he got injured in La Manga, and he will be out for several weeks. I think it will be around 2 months or something that he will be out. So that's long term. That's a big blow of this week.
Philippe, in the middle of the park, you've got players coming back with Ryan Jack, Cifuentes, for example, Raskin. How encouraging is it to have those players back and those options available after being so stretched in December?
Yeah, I want everybody fit. I have a really good track record in that way, that in all my teams, until I came here, I had an availability at the end of the season of more of 90% of the players in the trainings and in the games. So that's what I want to create here also again. But we need to change to get that, a few things in the club. And we're really busy with that to make things better.
Right, thanks for that. I found some of that quite interesting just as we wind up the show tonight. Both Southside, Big Gary and Big Stevie. Was he saying that this team wasn't fit enough? Is he alluding to that, Southside?
I think the longer we've listened to him, I think and I think he's maybe alluded to his players that might have come back and then just fell longer injury time. I think he's talking about that as well, working the medical team and all that, getting their programmes and stuff, as he said in the past talks. The squad don't look well. He's saying it as well probably because he wants to play at a higher tempo. He's got a style and tactics and he wants to get high tempo into the game. So if you're looking at that, then that squad wasn't capable of doing what he was wanting it to do. And if it had been doing it to a point like it had been since he's come in, we're hoping now whatever training schedule he's gave them in La Manga is going to carry them through towards the end of the season, that he's hoping. And I'm hoping, and he's also saying about the injuries, certainly not good enough, and he's going to make sure that gets a lot better going forward.
Gary?
I mean, it sounds to me as if the impression I got was that firstly, that if they didn't know before he's used this week, that I don't think any of the players will be in any uncertain terms now what's expected of them. And I think, the high energy, the high press, Southside, as mentioned before, when Stevie G was here, how they were always in the gym, because that's the way he played, the high press, high energy. And, apart from Tav, who's maybe arguably the best athlete that's ever been at Rangers, the rest of them, fitness-wise, a lot of the time are sorely lacking. So that's your engine. Even going back to Jock Wallace, it was like physical fitness. That was the basis of everything. The injury thing, the medical thing, it's the one thing I've said before is just, it's cost us dearly the past 2 or 3 seasons when you think what could have been with a fitter squad, a more available squad, how things might have been different. So it's the issue at the club that has to get sorted, because there's no good having guys in who are out for this length of time all the time. I mean, we're talking about a hotel. Honestly, we might be better just building a bloody hospital across the Ibrox. That might be better. This has to get sorted, and I'm glad the big man is just kind of keeping on at this, because until it is, I don't think we're going to properly kind of move forward. This has to be sorted.
Stevie?
I'm just sick, man. As Gary's saying, probably a better building a hotel than a hospital rather than a hotel. It just seems to me, I mean, Ben Davis, what's that, 2 months, did he say? 8 weeks? What is it he's done?
No, it's Kieran Dowell, 2 months.
Kieran Dowell? I mean, come on, man, what's happening here? Every time we seem to be somebody back, we're going 1 step forward and 3 back. He must be absolute sick of it. What have they made it up there, Ibrox? What have they made it? Unbelievable, man. I don't go to somebody else socks. I'm sick of him.
That was actually the sound of his voice. That's the first time, the impression I got, I must be honest, that's the first time I was sounding a bit fed up to me. It might just have been tired or whatever when he had that interview, but it was sounding a bit like, what the hell's going on here?
Ox.
Yes, mate.
Could it be an inexperienced manager that we had before although he was a coach, had no idea maybe how to train them.
Pre-season.
Aye, and also the fact that he said, at one point I had to run 40k into them, and all chuffed with himself. And then the players seem to not have much energy left after it. It's the only thing when I heard Clement say the same thing. They're tired and they've put them into a game, and I'm thinking, well, I heard somebody else say that before, but no, he's done it for a reason, and the reason he's done it is, like you say, I just don't think they were anywhere near the fitness levels that he's demanding, but it looks like they've had problems about coming back, and that, I mean, apart from Danilo taking that one that he's took and out serious and had to get an operation, a lot of them you're probably thinking there's a lot of strains, muscle strains and stuff like that, hamstrings. But I think he's going to sort that out, Ox, and I think if he's trying to date the new till the end of the season, but I think in the summer, whoever's still left in that squad and the new players going forward, they'll get a proper pre-season under him.
Last word for your good self, Gary Boy.
I mean, I think it's let's just see what the rest of January brings. I'm just so glad we've got. I've said it before. I'm just so glad we've got Big Phil in, and he's a guy who's hopefully going to get things sorted out on the football side. We've talked about kind of a lot of off the park stuff that's been done, and I think it's been to the detriment of the football side of the club, to be honest. So it's always going to be. It was never going to be a change overnight, but I think focus with Clement is now on the football side, and hopefully it is onwards and upwards. But let's hope for a couple of bits of quality coming in before the window closes.
Cheers, mate. Great to speak to you, mate.
Good to be on again, guys.
Always welcome, mate.
Hey, boy.
Big Stevie.
Aye, good debate. I love talking about the football, especially the south side, because we go on that. No, we can disagree on certain wee bits, but we've got one goal, and it's to support our team by every manner of means we can, with the last breath of our bodies. And thanks for having us on tonight, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'll roll on Saturday when I'll be watching my mate inside our other football ground, that football stadium. Well, I'm outside trying to break doors down. Take it in.
Southside.
Oh, what can I say? Thoroughly enjoyed the night, mate. Good to hear Gary phoning and joining us. It was good to hear you on, Gary. But I enjoyed the night with my big mate, as always, Big Stevie. Talking about Rangers, and then you never know where it leads you to, hotels and whatever. Stevie's dream.
You don't.
No, but here, listen, it's why it's a way of making money, and that it could happen, and that it's something you hope the club would think of. Any other way of making money, and or else just get another scheme underway where we try and plough money into the club that we all say we love, put a donation in there that could help the club improve the finances if there's a way possible going forward. It takes out tickets and majors because it seems to be a bad thing, but no, I thoroughly enjoyed the night, mate. Looking forward to seeing the Bears on Saturday. Hopefully we'll get through this tie. And if you're struggling, big man, I've told you, there's always a fire exit nearby. So hopefully we'll get that, and then we get to Easter Road and get the 3 points there, mate. Looking forward to that one. Actually got a ticket through Major, so get in there.
Yep. Listen, thanks to Gary for joining us. Of course, the two legends, Southside and Big Stevie, Dream Team Wednesday. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Blue.